നമസ്കാരം 9 മണി ഒറ്റ നോട്ടത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. ആദ്യം പ്രധാന വാർത്തകളിലേക്ക്. വിശദമായ വാർത്തകളിലേക്ക്. 14ാം കേരള നിയമസഭയുടെ 9ാം സമ്മേളനത്തിന് തുടക്കം കുറിച്ച് ഗവർണറുടെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗം അല്പസമയത്തിനകം. അതിനിടെ പ്രതിഷേധവുമായി പ്രതിപക്ഷ അംഗങ്ങൾ സഭയിലുണ്ട്. ഫെബ്രുവരി 2-നാണ് ബജറ്റ് അവതരണം. രാഷ്ട്രീയ ചർച്ചകൾ സഭാ സമ്മേളനത്തെ ചൂടുപിടിപ്പിക്കും. ടി സജിത്ത് ചേരുന്നു. സജിത്ത്, ഗവർണറുടെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗം അല്പസമയത്തിനകം തന്നെ ആരംഭിക്കും. 11 ദിവസമാണ് സഭ ചേരുന്നത്. 14ാം സമ്മേളനം. എന്തൊക്കെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഈ സമ്മേളനത്തിൽ പ്രധാനമായും ചർച്ചയ്ക്ക് വരും? കാരണം നിരവധി വിഷയങ്ങൾ പ്രതിപക്ഷത്തിന്റെ മുന്നിലുണ്ട്. ഈ വിഷയങ്ങളെല്ലാം സഭയെ പ്രക്ഷുബ്ധമാക്കാനുള്ള സാധ്യതകളുമുണ്ട്. എങ്ങനെ കാണാം ഈ സമ്മേളനത്തെ?
തീർച്ചയായും ജോയി, സഭ പ്രക്ഷുബ്ധ രംഗങ്ങൾക്ക് സാക്ഷ്യം വഹിക്കുമെന്ന കാര്യത്തിൽ തർക്കമില്ല. നിർണായക രാഷ്ട്രീയ സാഹചര്യങ്ങൾക്കിടയിലാണ് സംസ്ഥാന നിയമസഭ ചേരുന്നത് എന്ന പ്രത്യേകത ഇത്തവണയുണ്ട്. ഗവർണറുടെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗത്തോടെയാണ് ബജറ്റ് സമ്മേളനത്തിന് തുടക്കമാവുന്നത്. അല്പസമയത്തിനുള്ളിൽ തന്നെ ഗവർണറുടെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗം ആരംഭിക്കും. ഇപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹം ഗവർണർ ജസ്റ്റിസ് പി സദാശിവം നിയമസഭയ്ക്കുള്ളിലെത്തിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ അല്പസമയം മുമ്പ് സ്പീക്കറും മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി പിണറായി വിജയനും ചേർന്ന് സ്വീകരിച്ചു. അതിനുശേഷം അദ്ദേഹം നിയമസഭാ ഹാളിനുള്ളിലേക്ക് എത്തിയിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അല്പസമയത്തിൽ തന്നെ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗം ആരംഭിക്കും. അതിനുള്ള നടപടിക്രമങ്ങളാണ് നിയമസഭയ്ക്കുള്ളിൽ നടന്നുവരുന്നത്. അതിൻ്റെ തത്സമയ ദൃശ്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക് നമുക്ക് പോകാം.
Yes. Now I will hear you at length after finishing my speech. All right. Honorable Speaker, Chief Minister, Ministers, Leader of Opposition, and Honorable Members, എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ നമസ്കാരം.
It is my honor and privilege to address this august body of representatives of the people of Kerala, marking the beginning of the 9th session of the
Legislative Assembly. My government has been serving the people of Kerala for the past 20 months. We have made significant achievements in many fields over the last year and have taken every effort to live up to the expectations generated by our mandate. However, more progress needs to be made as we are on the cusp of unparalleled challenges. During the past year, there have been several campaigns against the state of Kerala, particularly on social media and conventional media. Despite being a state with some of the best law and order indices in the country, a month-long campaign was carried out across India on certain ground by some communal outfits. Keralites en masse responded to this campaign featuring the hashtags. Kerala was declared by the United Nations as the only state in the country which figures at the top of the Human Development Index. More recently, particularly since my government has assumed power in the state, Kerala was adjudged as a best state in India in the category of law and order by India Today. India Today judged Kerala as leaders in several other fronts too. The Center for Media Studies rated Kerala as one of the least corrupt states in the country. Based on a study conducted by the Public Affairs Center, Kerala topped the Indian states in the Public Affairs Index. Kerala Police bagged the Police Excellence Award from Cops Today International as well during this period. Considering the unique programs like Vayomitra, Kerala was accorded the Vayojan Shrestha Award for the care of old-aged people as well. Kerala is the state that continues to lead the country in literacy, and it has further its enviable position in leading the Indian states on various counts during my government's tenure. Kerala became the first Indian state with a high population density to become open defecation free. Kerala became the only state in the country to achieve 100% electrification. Last year, Kerala was the only state which had population proportionate allocation for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes in the state budget. The percentage allocation made under those heads was higher than what was allotted in any other state in the country. In fact, Kerala even went to the extent of becoming first to declare access to internet as a right to its citizens. The list of firsts associated to the state of Kerala is almost endless. It is the first state in India to have a transgender policy, and transgenders have been employed in the Kochi metro. We are also the first to maintain a registry of sex offenders. Kerala leads the country with the lowest infant mortality rates, highest sex ratio, highest health and life indices, one of the highest foreign remittances, presence of modern roads in villages, availability of free education, access to free health, and so on and so forth.
And so on and so forth. Giving further focus on women, my government have even set up a separate department for them and reintroduced gender budgeting with a share of 16% in the state's previous budget. We are also moving towards increasing the strength of women in our police force to 25%. We have dedicated battalion that consists of only women. We also have a police stations entirely run by women. With the highest minimum wage in the country, Kerala attracts a large number of migrant laborers, and my government have been instituted an innovative health insurance scheme for them. They are accorded a warm reception in the state and treated at par with the fellow citizens. Yet, recently, there was a heinous effort to spread the fear among them, circulating fake images and voice messages on WhatsApp and other social media. But all those who have gone to the ground to assess situations have realized that there is no threat to migrant workers anywhere in Kerala. During the past 1 year, there have been slanderous attacks on the secular traditions of our state, doubts thrown on our social sector achievements, vilification of the law and order situation from various quarters. But the people of Kerala unitedly stood together to defend our traditions and achievements. Kerala has once again been identified as first in the country in maintenance of law and order and topped the country in the ranking of quality life. There has not been any instance of communal right in our state. The GST has resulted in serious abridgment of the fiscal powers of the state government. The terms of reference of the 15th Finance Commission also betrays the tendency to curb the fiscal autonomy of the state. The demonetization and the introduction of GST in an appropriate manner and time has resulted in declaration in the economy and mounting unemployment. Our state has also been caught within its downturn and economic growth in the state has slowed down due to the crisis in the Gulf. It is in these trying times that we are working towards fulfilling the promises made to our people. Today, I am delighted to highlight some of our major achievements and more importantly, lay out my government's vision for crafting a sustainable future for Kerala through appropriate stewardship of her social, environmental, and economic spheres. This vision of prosperity has to be fueled by unleashing the spirits of innovation, entrepreneurship, good governance, and shared responsibility. It should be noted that my speech is more policy oriented than an attempt to enumerate all the initiatives that are being pursued by my government. Sustainability is defined as our ability to meet our needs without compromising the ability of our children and grandchildren to meet theirs. The United Nations identifies social, economic, and environmental sustainability as the three pillars of sustainable development. The progressive aspects of Kerala's development, often referred to as the Kerala model, have attracted notable attention around the world. My government is proud of Kerala's unique example in development and is eager to write the next chapter in the story of Kerala miracle. In addition to consolidating our social gains, there is also a need to preserve our fragile environment in the background of climate change and widespread pollution. There is a new dimension that Kerala model has to tackle. Kerala's future is also challenged by rapid technological breakthroughs and innovations that often disrupt the business as usual approach familiar to us. However, they also provide unique opportunities, changes in the domestic as well as global demand for Kerala's agricultural produce such as spices and rubber have dramatically altered the labor and industrial climate in the plantation sector. Similarly, rapid changes are happening in the automotive sector, including changeover from traditional fuels to hybrid and electrically powered transport. Technology acts as a unique disruptor that is poised to change the world of work and life. Automation, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, robotics will change our world and make many of the current jobs obsolete and create new jobs of the future. This will require the state to invest in large number of new technologies and technology-driven enterprises, borrowing the best from global competition and taking innovation to commercial success and employment generation. A serious variable for consideration would be the phenomenon of climate change and the ensuing disruptions in weather patterns. We had the recent experience of Cyclone Oki showing huge misery along the Kerala coast, causing losses to the lives and properties of fisher folk. Though my government activated its disaster management system as soon as we were alerted, the intensity of the rapidly shifting event affected a large number of fishing vessels at sea. The state government unleashed every capability in its arsenal to rescue the men and vessels at risk and succeeded in providing relief to a large number. However, despite our coordinated efforts with the naval and air forces of the Union government in rescue operations, a number of fisher folk have not returned home. My heart goes out to the ones who have been affected by this calamity. My government considers this experience as a call not only to strengthen both union and state capabilities in handling climate change, but also to enhance capacity in human capability and technology when dealing with the consequences of such disasters. My government is committed to compensate every life lost in the disaster and also provide support to the families who have missing persons. The central aid received will be spent to provide such support, enhance capabilities in the coastal belt, and improve the state disaster management system to cope better with the future risks. My government places on record the admiration and gratitude to the members of our Union Armed Services and the men and women who strived extremely hard in the unprecedented rescue mission to recover the lost at sea. Good stewardship requires recognizing and managing the current situation, proactively crafting and simulating the future through appropriate investments and operating in an environment of transparency, integrity, and accountability. Cyclone Oki highlights the need to address environmental concerns as a key factor in determining developmental priorities. These lessons learned will be used to refine the basic framework of a sustainable Kerala unveiled through the 4 missions launched last year. Given its importance in my government's development priorities, it is appropriate to outline its dimensions and report the progress made during the previous year. Missions. My government have laid out an ambitious way to brave a new world through its new scheme, which is organized around 4 missions spanning the priority sectors, targeting the poorest of the poor, the most vulnerable sections of the society, including widows without support, aged and terminally ill tribal people, and so on. The central tenets of these missions and our achievements over the past year are as follows. Harita Kerala mission aims to promote cultivation of safe food, sanitation, waste management, and sustainable development of water resources. The mission on health, Ardharam, focuses on improving the 3-tier healthcare services for the poor and needy citizens of the state. The mission on education is a comprehensive public education rejuvenation mission that aims primarily at upgrading the infrastructure and academic standards of government schools with ICT, that is Information and Communication Technology, learning, converting classrooms into smart classrooms. The livelihood, inclusion, and financial empowerment, that is LIFE, mission aims to provide safe, modern houses or flats to 4.32 lakh homeless people with the participation of local self-government institutions and create sustainable employment and livelihood around those dwellings. During the last year, the missions have firmly grounded themselves and registered impressive work. The Harita Kerala mission launched its Freedom from Waste campaign in August 2017, and waste management activities were initiated in 300 local self-governments. Apart from this, large number of ponds, wells, canals and long stretches of streams were cleaned and rejuvenated for improved water conservation. To combat the severe water shortage experienced last summer, the mission has set up Jalamana Jeevan campaign through neighborhood groups, Kudumbasri and other social organizations. And to top it all, mission was able to plant 85 lakh tree saplings, marking the World Environment Day, helping to preserve Kerala's healthy climate for future generations. Kerala Infrastructure and Technology for Education was created to implement the physical infrastructure objectives of the education mission. A total of 370 schools have been selected for funding Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board for an amount of 1,392 crores, and 2/3 of the schools have been granted financial sanction. Apart from this, 45,000 high-tech classrooms are being created in 4,775 schools for a financial outlay of 494 crores. Besides academic master plans being developed for all government-owned schools, biodiversity parks to sensitize students on ecological sustainability are also on the avail in 1,200 schools. As part of Ardharam mission outpatient department, transformation work began at 8 medical colleges and 17 district hospitals. In the first phase, 170 primary health centers are being converted into family health centers, and 80 of them have been completed, and the balance will be completed before the end of the financial year. My government is in the process of completing 69,939 unfinished houses across Kerala. Already 2,000 houses have been completed, and mission is in the process of preparing a comprehensive list of 4.32 homeless people in the state. Besides, under various departments, 12,336 houses have been completed already. The mission will provide individual houses for about 1.76 lakh persons who own land and accommodate the landless by constructing tower flats. Kudumbasri, the internationally acclaimed model for women empowerment, has achieved entrepreneurial and creative dimensions from its humbler beginnings. It is now taking a diverse activities such as addressing the shortage of broiler chicken, setting up startup village entrepreneurs program, establishing micro business enterprises. It will also join hands with Harita Kerala mission by forming Harita Karma Sena units to implement mission objectives. The vision provided in this speech is an elaboration of the framework outlined above and an application of it in a wider systematic context. It groups my government's initiative into social, economic, environmental sustainability categories and frames them in a biocentric approach which places humans with their greater context of their natural environment. Social stewardship. Investing in people is at the heart of social sustainability. My government is totally committed to social investments. In addition to shoring up current investments in sectors such as food and civil supplies, education, health, law and order and security, my government is spearheading a number of new initiatives for anchoring social sustainability. Food and civil supplies. Effective and efficient distribution of food and civil supplies remains a top priority for my government. Reforms will be made in the Kerala Rationing Order and Civil Supplies Manual on the basis of National Food Security Act 2013 and Targeted Public Distribution Systems Act of 2015. As part of proper implementation of NFSA 2013, Social Audit Advisory Committee and Social Audit Society are being planned. Consumer responsiveness will be improved through formation of Independent Consumer Affairs Department, which would have resource center, district consumer information desks with an officer in charge would be set up in all 14 districts for information dissemination and liaising them with the Consumer Disputes Redressal Forum and Legal Services Authority to render legal help to consumers. Education. Kerala is world famous for its high rate of literacy and universal access to primary education. Kerala has to further its excellence in higher and professional education sectors, especially enhancing its research and innovation systems to emerge as a true global leader in education. Therefore, one of the priorities of my government is to strengthen the education system. At the very foundation of a quality education system is the positioning of teaching as a rewarding profession. My government recognizes that teachers imparting knowledge in a private unaided schools will have to be guaranteed minimum wage and therefore will
ഗവർണറുടെ നയപ്രഖ്യാപന പ്രസംഗം നിയമസഭയിൽ പുരോഗമിക്കുകയാണ്. നിയമസഭയിലേക്ക് ഇപ്പോൾ 14ാം നിയമസഭയുടെ 9ാം സമ്മേളനം ഗവർണർ നയപ്രഖ്യാപനം നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു. തത്സമയ ദൃശ്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക്.
Corruption free interactions remains an important consideration of the government. Technology infusion into practices is a common theme across various departments.
From e-verification of passports to traffic management, technology will be used to enhance services. Department of Home envisions the formation of two standalone divisions for improved management of coastal security, faster and effective disaster management response. Better training and development opportunities will be provided for police officers. Building a state-of-the-art forensic laboratory for effective investigation of cases will be a priority. My government also plans to enhance the services of the Fire and Rescue Services Department by creating rural assistant divisional offices at the 5 corporations and increasing number of fire and rescue stations. Modernization of services will be implemented through e-governance initiatives, computerization of offices and web portal services for the issuance of certificates. My government also continues to emphasize accountability and demands integrity from public servants, from all public servants, with the stated mission of achieving a corruption-free state through accountability and good governance. We strive to ensure that the fruits of development are enjoyed by all scheduled castes and tribes. My government is totally committed to the improvement of socio-economic conditions of the scheduled castes and tribes and proposes a number of initiatives to achieve this goal. First, we want to strengthen the old scheduled caste cooperative societies and start new ones. Employment and income generating activities such as new construction and agricultural works will be supported through this scheme. Support will be provided with respect to the availability of capital, credit and the marketing of the products through Kadiga and other trade fairs. The second initiative is the Dr. Ambedkar Village Development Scheme, which is for the holistic development of 1,000 scheduled caste colonies where more than 30 scheduled caste families reside. This scheme intends to solve the problem of poor infrastructure and create income generating activities. Third, Gotra Bandhu, which was successfully introduced in Wayanad district to address the issue of school dropouts and ensure proper education to tribal children, will be duplicated throughout the state. Fourth, community study center aimed at creating the right ambience for education in hamlets will be implemented across the state. During 2017-18, 100 such centers were established, and our goal is to start another 500 new study centers. Labor rights. As Mahatma Gandhi repeatedly emphasized, acknowledgement of the dignity of labor is fundamental to a well-balanced society. Workplace safety and appropriate compensation of labor are the heart of labor rights. Recognizing this factor, my government has taken measures to encourage safer workplaces, introduced a notification of minimum wages for nurses working in Kerala. Besides, to encourage productivity and professionalism, the government is planning to institute Tolilali Shrestha Awards in different sectors.
My government has also taken steps to set up health insurance program called Awas for the large number of guest workers from all the part of India working in Kerala. Revamping the ailing plantation sector is also one of the top priorities of my government. For this, special rejuvenation package will be implemented in the plantation sector. Next, women's empowerment, ending gender discrimination and empowering